Hi, I'm Roger, and welcome back to making your own 11 ball video arcade game. Alright, on this section, what we're going to start doing is the end of round scoring. Unfortunately, we're going to have to do some more graphics. So I pulled up some of the screen captures I've got from the video, and you see we're going to need a round 1, a round 2, plus the bonus round at 80,000. We could probably make just one out of this at the same time. Oh, and by the way, we'll probably need something that says bonus round. I didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure when you go to the bonus round, it says bonus round without any extra text right there. When you start the game, you see we have instructions here and instructions here. And when you complete the game by taking all the, not the game, but the round, the first thing you get is you get a message saying the level complete, bonus 10,000 points. It's going to count up, put your points up here, give you an extra 10,000. When that's done, it's going to throw the awarded off of it, in front of it. So we'll need this and then a separate awarded. And then it starts counting your speed balls, counts down. And when it's done, it says speed bonus. Now, I'm not going to worry about this right here. I'm just going to use a label right here. I think it would be easier. It's just because it has points, we'll just put another label right here, make it visible, and say speed bonus, and put, whatever the points is that you got. At the same time, add it there. Then afterwards, it's going to come down and start counting your rack bonus. First, it throws a little box up there saying times 1,000, and then it counts down, and it'll tell you awarded as your score goes up. And the very last thing it does is it counts down this, and when it's done, that changes to round over. So really, like I said, when we get back, start at beginning. Well, actually, we'll need one section of this, one that says awarded. And I'm not going to worry about that right now as far as GIMP goes. A little box with times 1,000 on it. A small little awarded text display. And then, like I said, that we won't worry about right now. And then if you happen to get high score, it says player 1 winner. So I'm assuming if it's player 2 to say player 2 winner. And so we need a player 2 and a player 1 and winner. And I'm pretty sure when you're back here on your rounds, it'll say if you're doing more than one person, it'll say player 1 round 1, and the next one will say player 2 round 1, vice versa. So I think that's why it's open right here. That's the way I'm going to do it anyways. And then it looks like here this disappears. I guess we need some kind of indication that we clicked it, and so I might go ahead and make a little copy of this, and then take the letters out, just paint it the same color. So that's basically what we're going to do. Now we possibly could also just put labels all over the screen, just like we have this temporary label right here. We could put labels, anywhere we want, and put the text in it, and either make the labels visible or not visible, and we would end up with a screen with a lot of labels all over it. And we have to keep track of the labels, but we also have to keep track of the graphics too. But since I'm doing this so I can learn to use graphics a lot better, I'm going to stick to doing the graphics. So I guess we need to go ahead and go to GIMP. This is pretty much going to be a recap of what we did in one of our previous sections, where we did the points for the balls, the 400, 500, 600, vice versa, the minuses and everything. It's going to be basically a recap, so I'll probably just do a couple of them and then just not even fast forward, just do that, and because you're just repeating everything we've already done before. The only difference is, we say File, New, and I'm going to go ahead and preset this to 960 by 720 because that's the size of the screen we're using. And I'm going to File, Open as a Layer, and we're going to go back to our desktop, Level Ball, Pictures, and we're going to pick that JPEG image we had to start with for left. There it is. The one we created our background with. We'll pick that. And we'll stretch it so it fills this in. We're just going to use this for a template so we know how big everything needs to be. So we'll right click it there and hit Scale Layer and type this 960 by 720 and scale. And then we'll go ahead and merge down. So there's our background we'll use. And then Layer, New Layer, Transparent. And this is the one we're going to be drawing pictures on, just like we did before. Now let me zoom in and scroll down here. Remember we had that little times 1000 box, so let's go ahead and let's pick first thing let's do a clone. Let's pick this light color here. There we go. And let's go our box select, and we're going to make a little box just on the inside. Actually, let's go black first. Black. We're going to make it just on the inside. So we'll start here, pull out, and it looks close, and we'll hit our fill bucket and fill it with black. Wrong one. Undo. I'm on the wrong layer. Now fill. Make sure okay, just make sure I filled it. Then we go here to edit. Select, grow, and 3 should be good. Say okay. Go back over here, pick our gray that we just cloned. Take our fill bucket, fill it. Just try to make a little box, same size. Now let's pick white. I think that's white. We'll make it white. Everything 100. And pick our text tool. I know this is going to be way too big. Let's start there and just say times 1000. Okay, let's go up. Might have made my box a little too big, but that's okay. Alright. We'll merge down. Turn this off. Our select. Get as close as we can to it. And while we got it, look. It's 128 by 36. File New. 138 by 36. Right click. New layer. Okay. Delete that one, the background layer. And Control V. Whoops. I didn't copy. Let me go back to this one here. Control C. Go back to this one. Control V. And there's our image. And we'll anchor the layer down. File. Export as. Desktop. 11 ball. Pictures. And we'll call this rack bonus. And export. Export. Okay, we can go ahead and delete this one. Discard changes. Back on this one. Delete the layer. New layer. Turn it back on. Select none. Let me zoom back out. View. Zoom out. Now we need to, let's look at my pictures again. Let's see here. Okay, it's about from the 300 that high, and I guess the NN is on the center of the BA. So let's pick. We need like a magenta color. Oops. I think that'll be good. Move over. Okay. Text tool. Let's see the width. Kind of starts in the middle of that. Okay. Everything's capital. WINNER. Make our text bigger. That looks good. Now we can do like we did in before, say layer, transparency, alpha to selection. Now we can do like we did before where we can stroke, or we can do like I learned not too long ago. So we can do the stroke selection. 3 looks good. Oops, cancel. I need to change this to black. Okay, edit, stroke selection, stroke, and we have a stroke there. Or we could do it another way. Let me undo these. Edit, and select, grow. We can grow, then pick our fill bucket, and let me zoom in and zoom back out. There's another way we can put our black around it. Merge down, and there we go. Select none. Up. Let me do that again. To our fill bucket. I forgot to do the inside. Zoom in. There we go. Okay, and select none. And there we have our winner. Whichever way you want to do it. This one looks a little smoother. I think I'll do this. Same thing. Hit select. Make sure our layer's picked. Or select the rectangle. Let's move it up just a tad. And that's 643 by 132. So file new. 643 by 132. I forgot. I might be wrong. Let me go back. Yep, that's right. That's good. New layer. Okay. Delete a background layer. I forgot to copy. Control C to copy. Control V to paste. Anchor down. Select, well, it's on there. File. Export as. Winner. Export. Export. Let's just delete it this way. Discard. Delete layer. New layer. Select none. Okay, we're just going to do this over and over until we get all of them. Our player 1, player 2, all that. Okay, now that we've got all of our pictures drawn and saved, as you can see, I pulled up my pictures folder from my 11 ball folder, and you can see they're all there. And remember how if you hold your mouse over a drawing, it pops up showing you the dimensions, 440 by 260, like on this one here, 189 by 130. We're going to need that information later on. So all you got to do is pull up your folder, look at it, and hopefully you have it set where the properties show the pictures. Okay, now let's get back to that, the actual language here, the programming. And don't forget to go to Project, 11 ball properties, add resources, add existing file, and add your pictures. I've already done that. You can see they're all there. Okay. Now before we go to adding the pictures, we got one little problem. Like if I hit start, and remember we have it set up properly, like if we hit 9-1 and then we decide we can't do anything and you want to throw the ball away, we throw it away, it removes the selections, but it does not clear that. So let's fix that right now. Move down here to where it says label rack, where you click it for the rack ball. Go right here where the clear selection is and just say label running total. Oops, let me type right. Just say label running total dot text equal blank. Now that should have corrected that problem. There we go. Okay. Now, as far as our drawings that we just did, we'll just move up here just before the me.background image equal game image, and we'll, like I said, we're going to temporarily put them here. Now let's just do a sample one to start with. G.draw image, and let's do my resources, and I'll do instruction 1. And before we would do it, let's just do location 0, 0. And let's do this. And you see that, but see how small it is? And this is going to be filling this spot here. And the whole reason when I did GIMP, I enlarged the image so it would be the exact size. But apparently, there's something to do with the scaling. But there's another form of draw image we can do. You can actually put in, that's the location. And then you can actually put in the size. So let's just say, let's pull this one up. And instruction 1 is 189 by 130. So let's do 189 by 130. I think I have it backwards, but let's just see here. Nope, I have it right. See, that's the right size. So let's go ahead and put all of our drawings in, and then I'll be back. Okay, I've got them all in, and with their actual sizes. And if we run it, you can see they're all up here in the corner. Now what we need to do is bring my little mouse click thing back in, do 11 ball events, and say mouse click. Okay, here, now I got rid of label 1, but we can use our high score label and a high score name. So we'll say label, high score, name, dot text, dot text, equal e dot location dot x, and label high score dot text equals e dot location one too many dots dot y. Okay, let's start with our instructions first. We're gonna want to put it, first one's gonna go right around here, second one here, but let's click. That's at 422 by 413. Get back up here to our drawings. Instruction 1. I must have typed wrong. Let's see here. I said 496. I must have been 396. Let's see. 396. I need to go over to the left a little bit. So let's try 390. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's below the ball, above it, kind of in the center. I'll leave that alone. But we're going to have to do this for every single one of these until we get them where we want. Now we refer back to the video or pictures from the video to see, and I'm going to go ahead and start doing that now, and I'll be back when it's done. And also, if you want, you can do them one at a time. We'll just make these all comments, and then you can just disable them one at a time, and then run it. Okay, like the next one I want down here. Maybe that far in. Let's just round it 20 by 630. Yeah, let's do 630. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Like that, and then if you want, like I said, you can just and then get rid of them so you're only looking at one at a time. Like player one, it should be up in this area right here. So somewhere around there. I said I'm going to do this, and when I get done, I'll come back. As you can see, I got them all up there. They're all shown at once. Like I said, you can disable one at a time to clear things up, but just showing you're all got done. So the next step is to actually start using these. So let's get out of here. Let me go ahead and make them comments again, because this is not where they're all going to be. We're going to be using most of these drawings over there in the in-game. But to start with, okay, remember how when we start the game, the timer starts immediately. As soon as the balls are on the table, the timer starts going. It's set for 4 seconds now, so. And we want to stop that. We want the instructions to show up first. So this is how we'll need a flag. So go up here. Instructions. Spell it correctly. As Boolean. And we'll just preset it to false. And then we're down here in the draw graphics, or the draw the game, right near the end, after it, just before the game image. If instructions, then let's go ahead and just copy these. If instructions, then let's copy the next one. So now when it does the draw game, if the instructions flag is on, it's going to draw the instructions. Now we need to turn the flag on. We'll do that in the initial table load. After it loads the balls, and before the draw game, if instructions, we'll say if round 1, if round equals 1, because we only want to do it on the very first round. Okay, that should do it. There we go. So it's just done drawing them, the instructions come up. But now we want to get rid of them. As soon as we click a ball, we want to get rid of them. So that would be under box select. And under our rack, when we pick a ball from the rack. Okay, so if I hit the rack, that should disappear. Okay, let's try it again. And if I select a ball, that should disappear. Okay. Now while we're at it, let's go ahead and make the timer start. Let's see. The timer round. Whoops. Dot start. Actually, let's do this differently, because I'm not sure if every time you start a round, if it restarts it. So let's try if timer round dot enabled equals false, then timer round dot enabled equals true. Let me copy that and move that up here to the box select also. And we need to take off the timer round start right here in initial table load. Let's take this off. So now the timer should not start until we touch something. Okay. And while we're at it, down here, it's another error I forgot about. When we stop our timer, we need to actually move it to the very bottom. I mean, we're not stop it, when we start it. We need to move it back down to the very bottom. Because basically, when the timer went, normally it would restart, but then we check to see is time up. If it was, we exited the round. But we had already restarted the timer before that, so that was a mistake. Not that it really did anything, because the timer was already at the limit, but just so we're not eating up cycles by running the timer. So let's correct that. Okay, so now we need to start working on the in-game. And that's where most of our graphics are going to go. No, actually, before we do that, let's get to the actual round number. Every time you start a round, and that should be in the draw game, so we'll work on that next before we start doing the scoring. Okay, so on the start game, we have the round number set. And the way the game plays, it goes, when it does a round, the first thing it does, It clears the screen, all the score. It shows the round number right here. But we also need to draw the round number up at the top. Then it draws a game, and then it waits right now, and then does the table load. So we need another flag. Let's call this show round. And let's see. So we start the game start the round before we draw the first game. Show round equals true. And then show round equal false. Then over here under the draw game, even before it starts drawing the balls, if show round, then and which we need to show up, we need to figure out which round number. Select case round, case equals 1, case equals 2, case equals 3. And let's see here. Got round 1. Round 2. And bonus round where okay, let's give this a shot. Okay. I believe that's all we need in the draw game. Well, if not, we'll be back to it. Okay, now so let's go to the end round. We can go ahead and disable this for now. Whoops. And I pre-wrote in comments only what we need to do. Basically, with four types of scoring events. One is your 10,000 bonus for clearing the table, but only if you cleared the table. One is to count your speed bonus, unless of course the time is up, but you still need to go ahead and try to count it. And the third one is if you do clear the table, you get to count the number of balls left in the rack, 1,000 points each. And then no matter what, you get to count how many groups of the combination, but how many combination of 11s you made. And the speed bonus and the combination are done all the time, unless of course you run out of time. So let's start with that. So, and if you remember our round status, I believe that's what it is. Yeah, our round status, that tells you how the round ended. So we'll start right here. If round status equals 1, then okay, this is when we clear the table. So we need to show our graphics, and it's the 10,000 bonus. But before we do that, we need to go ahead, and right on here, we need to go ahead and start our graphics setup. Just like before in the draw game. Here's the draw game. We have to set up our canvas, and we need to set up a graphics. I'll just go ahead and copy those. And set it up here. Now we need to change this right here. We need to change this game image as a new bit wrap, as instead of pulling the whole game in, the whole game engine, game image in and resizing it, we'll just do me dot. I don't know. Let me turn my touchpad off again. Delete all this. Me dot background image. And that's good enough. That sets up our canvas. And then G is still our graphics object. So we're able to draw on the canvas. Now let me go ahead down here and get our rack bonus. So that's the first thing we're going to do. And me dot background excuse me, equal game image. And me dot refresh. And then we need to go do a loop for I equals 1 to 1,000. Actually, I did 1 to 10. Sorry, because you're getting 10,000 points. Each point each. So score plus equal 1,000. Label score dot text equals score. And me dot refresh. Now this is not using any of our drawing routines, but if we don't refresh it, it'll wait till the loop is over with before it might even show the points. And then next I. And we might as well, see, normally there would be a sound there. So since we don't have the sound for each score, it'd be going beep, 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 beep. We don't have the sound yet, so let's go ahead and put a slight delay in there. Let's wait. Let's say like 50 milliseconds. We might need to change that. But we'll go through the loops. We'll wait 50 milliseconds for each count. Maybe too fast. Where's my end if? Oh well. Must have accidentally erased it. Let's see here. Okay. So we got the round status is 1. Um, we show the bonus. We give the points. We show the points. Okay, and then when that's done, then we need to go ahead and let me just copy this. And let me change that one. We need to draw our award, and it's the award big. Okay. Just for a quick test, let's scroll down here and change our round status to 1. And just see if that part works. First, let's get her that. So, bonus. Our points went up. And it said award. Let me try that again. I didn't see how fast the points went up. That's okay there. I'm just going to change to 100 milliseconds. Not as that much slower, but still. Alright, so we did that. We got our score changed. Okay, now we need to do our speed bonus. And we're going to need a label for that, so. Toolbox. Label. Okay, let's go ahead and name this. Label, speed bonus. Okay, the back color, we want black. Auto size false. The fore color, want white. And it text nothing. And text align. We'll do center. Let's put something on the text here first. Set our font. Let's try 16. Bold. 20. Let's see if that'll fit. Okay, that'll work. Let's do our, see what it looks like there. That'll still work. Okay. And we make it visible false. First thing we need to do is actually count down. For I equals game timer count to 36. And now let's just copy the timer stuff. Put it here. So let's change this game timer count to I. Okay, let's see what we got. It should actually be +1. Because if the game timer is at 1, that means it's already covered one ball. So it should be +1. And if it's already over 36, it won't count anything. Okay. Now on the game timer, I could not determine the exact value of each little light or ball. I just averaged it out to about 100 points each. I'm going to continue trying to find a place to play the game in real life and see what the actual one is. But judging by the videos I watch, it's right around 100 points each. It seems like the yellow and the red ones are worth less, but I'm just going to make it 100 points each. So, score plus equal what, 100. Label score dot text equal score. Me dot refresh and wait. Whoops. 100. Okay, well, when this is all done, then we'll see label speed bonus dot text equals and okay, I messed up there. I need a temp. I'll just do this for now. So dim temp score as integer, that's integer, equals 0. Let me spell score right. As integer. And down here I should say same thing. Tip score plus equal 100. And this is tip score. Me dot refresh. Let's see if that works. I forgot to make it visible. Label speed bonus dot visible equal true. $10,000 plus another 3,600. Why don't I see it? Well, apparently I thought my label was on top of it, so it was more to the front, but I guess not. So I'll just say label speed bonus dot bring to the front, and that should make it over top of those labels that are covering the ball. So let's see here. Okay, that works. Let's try this again, and let me set my timer to 1,000. I just don't want to make sure I'm not adding extra points, so I'm gonna let it count down to just one ball. Actually, I'm gonna let it time all the way out. Okay. Try it again and let it count down to one ball. And you notice it didn't give us the 10,000 point because the timer put it at status 2. Okay, only got 100. Okay, so that part's working. Okay, now on the rack bonus, same thing, only if the round status is 1. So and on this we also count down. So for I equal rack pointer to 52, actually 51. Increase our score by 1,000. Label score dot text equals score. Weight 100. And me dot refresh. Whoops. And also I forgot to draw. I'm going to draw a little rack. And me dot background image equal game image. And me dot refresh. So, this is in the wrong place. So, let's get this out of here. Okay, we draw the little rack saying 1,000 each. Then we count down and we show the score. And then we draw the awarded, the little award small. And me dot background equal game image. And me dot refresh. Okay. Okay. And now the only thing left is the 11 count. So that's cleared. For I equal 11 count to 0, step -1, score plus equal 1,000. Subtract 1 from 11 count because I actually see that one count down. That's minus equal, not plus. And let's see. Weight 100. Oh, yep. And label score dot text equals score. And me dot refresh. Whoops. wait 5 seconds. Alright. Just in case. DIM temp count as integer equals 11 count. I also didn't show this too. And let's set my let's set this back to 4 seconds. Make sure I do everything right. Temp count down to 0, -1. Temp count equal to 11 count. Label score goes up by 1,000 for each count. 11 count goes down by 1 for each count, and the label is shown. And we refresh and wait. Okay, let's see here. Okay, good enough. There's 9 there. Should be 9,000 more, so it should be 54.9. Okay, I counted one too many. Okay. Try that again then. Good enough. We got 13. That'd be 49. Okay. So let's take this off. Now, I said I might put some delays between each one, but we'll see. Okay, before we leave, we need to do one last thing. On the very bottom here, we need to say g.dispose. Very important that we get rid of our graphics object. I've read a lot of literature on it, and it all says we need to dispose of it. So, it's all disposed now. When we come back, we'll start making the rounds sequence themselves so we can play 1, 2, or 3 rounds and be almost like a complete game other than the sound. And we'll probably end up having to do a start screen so you can pick 1 or 2 players, enter your name when you get high score, keeping track of high score. But I said, that's all in the future. I said, right now, the next step is just the going from round to round to round and keeping track of it. Until then, thank you for watching, and don't forget, if you like the video, please select the thumbs up, give me a like, and hit the little box that says subscribe. Thank you.